The eighth race this afternoon is the 24th running of the William P. Kyne Handicap for a purse of $35,000 added for fillies 3-year-olds. Introducing the field, number 1 is Plus Ultra, owned by Richard McGee and trained by Malcolm Anderson. Danny Sorensen will do the riding. 2 is Rough Con, owned by Westerly Stud Farm, Jim and Norma Danskin, Richard Johnson, M.G. Hart, Carla Gaines are the trainers. Roberto Gonzalez will do the riding. 3 is Track Jester, owned by George Arakelian Farms Incorporated. Charles M. Marikian is the trainer, along with Dickie Chu. Chris Loseth will do the riding. 4, Roz H., owned by Mr. and Mrs. Barton D. Heller. Bill Mastrangelo, the trainer. Rafael Meza is in the saddle. 5 is Jammed Flight, owned by Cinco Stable. W.J. Anderson is the trainer, and Brian Johnson will do the riding. 6 is Titleist, owned by Robert E. Wingfield. George Lambert, the trainer. Bill Delia in the saddle. 7 is Paperwork, owned by Elmendorf. Ron McAnally and Mike Erkovich, the trainers. Russell Bays will do the riding. They'll be at the gate in 7 minutes. They're all in the gate. There they go. Run between horses. Roz H. goes for the early lead with Track Jester right alongside in second. On the outside, Titleist is third. Rough Con is fourth. Paperwork is fifth, followed by Plus Ultra and Jam Flight. Plus Ultra last. As they round the clubhouse turn, along the inside, it's Track Jester showing in front a half. Roz H. on the outside second. A length and 1/2. Titleist is third. 3 lengths farther back along the rail to Rough Con. Racing fourth. 2 lengths farther back to Paperwork, who's fifth. 3 farther back to Jam Flight. And the last horse is Plus Ultra. 22-3 for the first quarter as they go to the half. On the lead is Track Jester by 3/4 of a length. Roz H. is second. 2.5 lengths. Coming on now is up Rough Con to be a closer third by 2 lengths. Now goes Paperwork up on the outside to be a closer fourth, followed by Jam Flight. They turn for home. Track Jester in front by 3 open lengths. Roz H. is second. Between horses, here comes Jammed Flight, driving hard between horses. On the outside, Paperwork is next. Here comes Jam Flight with a full head of steam. They turn for home with a 1/4 mile to come. It's Track Jester, but Jam Flight gets through along the inside to put her head in front. Jam Flight on the inside. That's Track Jester in second. On the outside is Paperwork. Jam Flight along the rail draws out now by 1.5 lengths. Track Jester is second. On the outside, Paperwork is third, but it's Jam Flight with 4 and coming away. Jam Flight with 5 and coming away with Track Jester second. On the outside comes Plus Ultra trying for the show. Jam Flight wins it by 6 open lengths. Track Jester was second by 2, and Plus Ultra got up to be third in front of Paperwork. The 8th race this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, was named in honor of William P. Kyne, one of the founders here of Bay Meadows. And in the winner's circle, I'll make the presentation in this handicap named after him, Mrs. Nellie Kyne Morris, Bill's sister, and his daughter, Mrs. Marilyn Gunderson. In the winner's circle, number 5, Jammed Flight. The 3-year-old chestnut daughter of Dawn Flight and Jamito, bred in Canada by Mr. John Calhoun. Simcoe Stable are the owners. W.J. Anderson, the trainer, and Brian Johnson was in the saddle in 146-1.
You dirty son. Oh, Brian, God.
The 8th race is now official. The official order of finish: number 5, Jam Flight was first. Number 3, Track Jester was second. And number 1 Plus Ultra finished third. In the 9th race, now down to the winner's circle, ladies and gentlemen. Art Lovato is going to interview the winning jockey.
Okay, I'm here in the winner's circle with Brian Johnson, who rode Jam Flight in the William P. Kyne Handicap. That was a real nice ride. Brian, is this your biggest stakes win? I know it's your first stake here.
Well, it's not my biggest, but it's one of the bigger ones. It's great.
What I want you to do is relive the race in your mind and just tell us how the race went.
Well, we knew there was a lot of speed in the race, and she can lie close or come from behind. So we just thought we'd let the speed do their work and try to pick them up at the end. And she just blew by them all.
Looked like you had plenty of horse at the end of the race. You were turning around, checking to see where you're at.
Well, I was well in front, but she was starting to tire. She's been off 6 or 7 weeks, and she gave it her all, and she got a little bit tired.
Real good race. Thank you very much, Brian.
Thanks, Art.
Good job.
They're all in the gate. There they go. From between horses goes Mayview Lady out to set the pace along the rail. Bottle Queen is second. That's Ute Peak in third. On the outside, High Diplomacy races fourth. Dropping over on the inside is Akak Lass in fifth. A length and a half farther back to Anne So Neat. They're round the clubhouse turn. On the lead goes Bottle Queen by a head. Right alongside Mayview Lady is second by a length. Down on the rail, Ute Peak is third ahead. The outside, that's High Diplomacy in fourth. 2.5 lengths farther back to Akak Lass in fifth. A length farther back we come to Anne So Neat. 4 lengths back on the inside is Psychic Power. Moving up on the outside is Sweet Creation. The last horse will be Lusty Try. They race towards the half mile. 23 for the quarter. 47 for the half, and they go for the turn. Along the inside, it's Bottle Queen showing in front ahead. Mayview Lady on the outside. Mayview Ladies now has the lead. 3/4. Bottle Queen is second. By a length, that's Ute Peak racing third and on the move by a half length. Followed along the inside by Akak Lass, who's fourth. And on the extreme outside comes High Diplomacy. They turn for home with a 1/4 mile to come. On the lead, Mayview Lady by a length. Driving along the inside, Bottle Queen is second. Down along the rail comes Ute Peak. They're in the stretch, and anybody's got a shot from here. It's Mayview Lady. Here comes Psychic Power driving right alongside. Psychic Power's got dead aim. Now takes the lead, and here's Lusty Try. Lusty Try with a big kick along the inside. It's Psychic Power, Lusty Try, and her heads apart. Psychic Power, Lusty Try. Lusty Try, I believe, very close, wins at the nose. Psychic Power was second by 3, and Anne So Neat finished third. Lusty Try, a 5-year-old bay daughter of 3/4 and Lusty, bred here in California by Mrs. Molly Dickey, owned by William S. and James Arthur. Olen Battles and Sarah Swenson are the trainers, and Paul Nicolo was in the saddle. Time of the race, 1:46 and 2. And this the Merry Christmas Invitational Handicap. Who better to crown the winner than old Santa Claus himself? The 8th race is official. The official order of finish: number 7, Lusty Try, was first. Number 6, Psychic Power, was second. And number 8, Ansonite, finished third. Introducing the field for the Lassie Stakes this afternoon. Number 1, Amazon Girl, owned by the Colham Farms. Gene White is the trainer. Sam Krasner is in the saddle. Number 1A is Etoile du Matin, owned by Kaufman Farms. Gene White, the trainer, and Chris Loseth in the saddle. Number 2 is Ephrata Girl, owned by Frank J. and J.D. Mitchell. Roger Dominguez, the trainer. J.R. Anderson in the saddle. 2B is Jayan's Joy, owned by Joanne Dominguez and Chris Thatcher. Roger Dominguez, the trainer. Russell Bays in the saddle. 3 is Hazel 2, owned by Sam Roth. Barney and Berna Willis are the trainers. Brian Campbell will do the riding. 4 is Au Printemps, owned by 4-Star Stable. David Bowman and William Bowie. Dave Foster and Gerald Holmes are the trainers. Brian Johnson will do the riding. 5 is Balmy Days, owned by Richard McGee. Malcolm Anderson, the trainer. Tony Diaz in the saddle. 6 is Counterfeit Coin, owned by Terrapin Trucking Company. Leonard Shoemaker and Frank Rodriguez, the trainers. Paul Nicolo is in the saddle. 7 is Lifted Jade. Robert Wong, the owner. Ike Orr and Della Estimo, the trainers. Chris Lamance will do the riding. 8 is Deanie K, owned by Ashley Clayman. J.T. Marshall is the trainer. Bill Mahorny will do the riding. 9 is Wrightin' Mama, owned by Otis Canota. Richard Levitt is the trainer. Tom Chapman in the saddle. 10 is Amazing Urmansky, owned by Candace Killinger. Jim Paris, the trainer. Danny Winnick will do the riding. 11 is Gallant Tribute, owned by R.L. Martin and John Nicoletti. R.L. Martin and Les Silvera are the trainers, and Rafael Meza will do the riding. 12 is Smoggy Down, owned by Robert Stark. Joseph Brook, the trainer. Enrique Munoz in the saddle. They'll be at the gate in 8. They're all in the gate. There they go. From the outside, Jayan's Joy breaks for the early lead. Lifted Jade is second on the outside. Amazing Urmansky races third. Up on the outside, Gallant Tribute is fourth. Down along the rail, Counterfeit Coin races into fifth. Racing between horses, Wrightin' Mama is sixth. On the extreme outside, that's Etoile de Matin. They turn onto the back stretch. Along the rail, Lifted Jade shows in front by a head. That's Ephrata Girl on the outside in second by a length. Down along the rail comes Counterfeit Coin to be third ahead. Racing between horses, Amazing Urmansky is in fourth by a half. On the outside, Gallant Tribute fifth. 2.5 lengths along the rail. Right and Mama is in 6th. Up on the outside goes Etoile du Matin. Moving up along the rail is Dini K. A gap of 4 lengths back to Au Printemps. They race past the half in 47-1 as they go to the turn. Up on the outside goes Counterfeit Coin to show in front by 3/4 of a length. Coming on steadily, Gallant Tribute, second by a head, down on the rail. That's J.N.'s Joy racing, third by a half. On the outside comes Etoile du Matin, coming steadily on the outside, followed on the extreme outside by Dini K. They turn into the stretch. On the rail, it's Counterfeit Coin showing in front by a head. Coming on the outside is Au Printemps. Au Printemps up now to take the lead. And here comes Balmy Days under a left-handed stick on the outside. Au Printemps has the lead. Balmy Days and Counterfeit Coin. Au Printemps, Balmy Days digging in on the outside. They come to the wire. Balmy Days on the outside. Balmy Days wins it by head. Au Printemps was second by 3/4. Counterfeit Coin was third in front of Right and Mama. Mrs. Richard A. O'Connor from Palm Beach, Florida. Welcome to Bay Meadows this afternoon. In the winner's circle is number 5, Balmy Days, a 2-year-old gray daughter of Rivet and Clarice M., owned by Richard McGee and trained by Jolly Malcolm Anderson. Balmy Days was ridden by Antonio L. Diaz in 146-2.
Yeah.
Good job. Oh, you don't want us.
We want to do a little
Hold that.
We're gonna walk right here until they get to an interview and say, listen, Al, what he thought about the race.
They got time to go. They got time to go.
We want to listen.
Oh, you can hear it. It's all over the grandstand.
Right up front.
I'm here with Tony Diaz, winner of the Bay Meadows Lassie Stakes.
The 8th race is official. The official order of finish: number 5, Balmy Days, was first. Number 4, Au Printemps, was second. Number 6, Counterfeit Coin, finished third. In the 9th race, there are no changes. Now we'll go down to the winner's circle where Art Lobato is going to interview our winning jockey, Tony Diaz. Take it away, Art.
All right, this is Art Lobato down here in the winner's circle with the winner of the Bay Meadows Lassie Stakes, Mr. Antonio L. Diaz. Tony, this horse just coming off a maiden win, maiden 20,000. Were you a little surprised, or did you like your chances?
No, I like it really a little bit. You know, I think the 4 horse is the horse to beat, and I think myself before the race, well, I'll try to save all the ground I can, and maybe I can beat the last part.
Your horse really had a good close and finish that last part. Did you think you could overtake the 4?
Well, I know by the quarter pole I got it. Yes, I follow the 4 horse and the 3 pole all the way. I know in the straight I can get it.
You rode a very good race. Thank you very much, Tony.
They're all in the gate. There they go. From the inside, Watch Wendy go for the early lead. High Diplomacy is second on the outside. Miami Girl is third. That is Mayview Lady on the extreme outside in fourth, followed by Gaelic Fantasy and Noah as they round the clubhouse turn. Out on the lead is Watch Wendy by 2.5 lengths. On the outside, Mayview Lady is second by 2 lengths. Along the inside, Gaelic Fantasy is up now to be a closer third. Miami Girl is fourth. Moving along the rail, High Diplomacy is in fifth by a half. Moving between horses, Jam Flight is in sixth. They race down the back stretch. Watch Wendy in front by a length and 1/2. That's Mayview Lady racing second and a half. Gaelic's Fantasy is third by 3. Along the inside, High Diplomacy is fourth by a head. Noah on the outside is fifth by a half, and on the outside there goes Jam Flight. Jam Flight's got a full head of steam on the outside as they turn for home. Out on the lead is Watch Wendy by 2.5 lengths. Mayview Lady is second by 3. Gaelic's Fantasy is third by a head. Noah coming on now to be a steady fourth and on the move. On the extreme outside, coming between horses is Psychic Power. They're in the stretch with 3/16 to come, and they've got to Watch Wendy. She's got 4 on the field. Watch Wendy by 4 down on the rail. Here comes Psychic Power with a full head of steam down on the inside. It's Watch Wendy. Psychic Power's after. Watch Wendy. Psychic Power now comes to the outside. It's Watch Wendy and Psychic Power. Watch Wendy in front. Watch Wendy wins it by 2. Psychic Power was second. I believe that Toledo got up to be third, ahead in front of Noah. Introducing the field for the Atherton Stakes this afternoon for a purse of $35,000 added. Number 1 is Dominant Roni, owned by Pasky de Domenico. Craig Roberts is the trainer, and Brian Johnson will do the riding. Number 2 is Cougar the Cat, T.H. and or Robert H. Klinger are the owners. Jim Paris, the trainer. Dale Bays will do the riding. Number 3 is Nat's Penny. George M. Warwick is the owner. Mike Hickson and Marie Hayden, the trainers. Tommy Burks will do the riding. 4 is Dusty Trader, owned by Newt M. Cavalli. E.L. Campbell, the trainer. Danny Winnick is in the saddle. 5 is Hell of a System, owned by R.A. Gerlach. Bill and Connie McMeans are the trainers. Russell Bays will do the riding. Number 6, Walk Past, is owned by Lucarelli Incorporated and Joseph Munger. Don Porter and Betsy Irving, the trainers. Chris Clements is the rider. 7 is Royal Memory, owned by the BAM Stable and Harris Farms Incorporated. Greg Gilchrist will do the training this afternoon. Rafael Meza is in the saddle. Number 8 is Etoile du Matin, owned by the Coffin Farm. Gene White is the trainer. Chris Loseth in the saddle. Number 9 is Fleet Paul Allison, owned by Grace Norabel, David Hudson, and Dolores McCoy. Bob Hess and Ricardo Perez are the trainers, and Raul Caballero is in the saddle. Number 10 is Worthwhile, owned by Diamond Stable. Doug Utley and Sergio Ledesma are the trainers. Roberto Gonzalez will do the riding. Number 11 is Schilling. Glenn S. Bromigan is the owner. L.J. Sterling, the trainer, and Larry Gilligan is in the saddle. Number 12, Arndt Clownin, is owned by Norman E. and Leif A. Olson. Shelley L. Riley is the trainer. Roger Pfeiffer will do the riding. They'll be at the gate in 8. There they go. From the outside, Schilling is breaking on the lead. Up along the rail goes Lusty Try to be second. Racing between horses, Fleet Paul Allison is third. Then comes Royal Memory up in there tight in fourth. Down along the inside, Nat's Penny is fifth. On the extreme outside, it's Arndt Clownin. They race to the turn along the inside. It's Dusty Trader showing in front by head between horses. Is Royal Memory in second by head. On the outside comes Schilling to be a closer third by a length and 1/2. Schilling now takes command on the outside. Down on the rail, Royal Memory is second by a half. On the outside comes Arndt Clownin to be a closer third. They're in the stretch, and it's Schilling in front by a length and a half. In the middle racetrack, here comes Dominant Roni with a full head of steam on the outside. It's Schilling, Dominant Roni on the outside. Dominant Roni's got command. Dominant Roni in front. Dominant Roni wins it by 3/4. Schilling was second a half. Royal Memory was second a half in front of Arndt Clownin. In the winner's circle, ladies and gentlemen, to crown the winner of the Atherton Stakes, a couple of former 49ers, familiar to all of you football fans and all of the rest of us, wishing the 49ers good luck tomorrow when they face the Dallas Cowboys for the championship of the National Football Conference and a visit to the Super Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to a longtime favorite here, Billy Kilmer, one of the all-time greats in professional football, and Joe the Toe Vetrano, who was with the 49ers in their early years in San Francisco. Both Billy and Joe are longtime friends of Bay Meadows and Thoroughbred Racing. We're happy to have them with us today. Thanks, Billy and Joe, for joining us on the eve of the 49ers' big day. Go 49ers! In the winner's circle, number 1, Dominant Roni, a 3-year-old chestnut son of Dominant Star and Glamour Granny, owned by Pasky de Domenico, and Craig Roberts is the trainer. Brian Johnson was in the saddle, and they turned the course in 1:12. The 8th race is official. The official order of finish. Number 1, Dominant Roni was first. Number 11, Schilling was second. And number 7, Royal Memory finished third. In the 9th race, there are no changes. Just a reminder that after you go through the 9th race, we have 10 this afternoon, so you'll have to turn the page to go to race number 10. We have 10 races this afternoon. There's 2 to go.
Yeah, he is. He just made the deal. Yeah, everything is with that. He got a big.
We're going to have an interview if we can get the winning jockey back in the winner's circle. Ellis Davis is going to interview Brian Johnson. He can find his way back into the winner's circle. Well, he evidently can.
I got Craig.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Todd. Craig Roberts, congratulations. This horse has a little physical defect, doesn't he? Why don't you tell us about it?
He's missing his rail eye. He's only got one eye. We didn't cover it up. He's usually more confused with it covered up, so we just leave it open. But he's adjusted to it too well, real well. He lost it halfway through the Long Acres meet on a freak accident. But our big break came today about the half-mile pole where he was able to get off the rail and get around horses. He'd been running a mile and a 16th. The track's dead, and you needed a real tight horse to win this race, and of course he was, beside being a good colt.
Brian did an excellent job on him, didn't he?
Absolutely perfect.
Craig, is there a chance we might see this horse back now in the El Camino Real Derby?
I think definitely we will, yes.
The distance really sets up nice for him,
Right,
doesn't
'cause
it?
he's had a mile and a 16th and showed good courage there, too, so we'll be there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The flag is up. There they go. From the outside, Jena G breaks on the lead and opens up a length and a half, racing up between horses. It is Payer Play in second, down along the inside. On the Peaches and Plums is in second, down along the inside is Wrighton Mama racing. Lifted Jade moving along the inside. They race past the quarter, and they went in 22 and 3. Out on the lead, Jena G. By a length and 1/2. That's Peaches and Plums in second. By a length and a half. Payer Play on the outside is third. By a length and 1/2 on the extreme outside, Pass of Gold races up into fourth and is coming on. They turn for home with a quarter mile to come. Jena G has the lead by 4 open lengths. In the middle of the racetrack comes Pass of Gold on the outside, making a strong bid. It's Jena G. Pass of Gold on the outside's got a trier. Jena G. Pass of Gold on the outside. It's Jena G in front. Jena G wins it by 4 lengths. Pass of Gold was second. I believe that Angel Nectar got up to be third.
Introducing the field for the Hilarious Invitational. Number 1, Sweet Flight. Part of the Olen and Joan Battles trained entry, owned by Olen and Joan. Sweet Flight ridden by Chris Lamance. Number 1A, Lusty Try. Owned by William S. and James Arthur. Thomas Chapman will do the riding. And number 3, Toledo, is owned by the Jaw brothers, trained by Bobby Martin and Lester Silvera. Brian Johnson in the saddle. 4, Jammed Flight. Simcoe stable the owner. W.J. Anderson, the trainer. Sam Krasner in the saddle. 5 is Gaelics Fantasy, owned by W.T. Pasco III and W.N. Williamson. Chuck Jenda and Randy Stewart, the trainers. Rafael Meza will ride. 6 is Wait Until Dark, trained by Dent Caton and Stephen Weiberg. Richard Kessler, the owner. Danny Winnick in the saddle. 7 is Quilting Party, owned by the Deerwood Stock Farm. Johnny Wilburn in the saddle. James L. Marble, the trainer. 8 is Arisen, owned by Craig B. Singer, trained by George J. Getz and Chuck Carney. Kenny Tohill rides. 9 is Noah, ridden by Russell Bays, trained by Fordell Fierce. Noah is owned by Mr. and Mrs. Marvin Malmuth. And number 10, Misanthropy, owned by the Terrapin Trucking Company. Leonard Shoemaker and Frank Rodriguez, the trainers. Paul Nicolo in the saddle. 8 minutes till post time. They are all in the gate. They're off and running. Gaelics Fantasy goes to the front. That is Wait Until Dark second. On the outside, Sweet Flight is third. Jammed Flight on the inside, followed on the far outside by Misanthropy, Noah. Then comes Quilting Party, followed by Toledo. On the outside, Arisen. And Lusty Try is last. They go around the turn. That's Gaelics Fantasy. In front, by a length and a half. Wait Until Dark, second by a length. Jammed Flight is third a half. Noah is fourth by a length. Jammed Flight on the outside by a head. Between horses, Sweet Flight by a head. On the inside, Quilting Party by 2 lengths, followed by Toledo. Lusty Try and Arisen on the outside. 49 for the half. Gaelics Fantasy still in front. By a length, Jammed Flight is second. By 3/4 on the outside, Wait Until Dark is third. Quilting Party moves up on the inside. There goes Noah on the outside. Wait Until Dark between horses. Also between horses there is Sweet Flight. They go around the turn. Along the inside, that is Gaelics Fantasy still in front. Jammed Flight continues to pursue. Along the inside, that is Quilting Party. On the far outside, here comes Toledo in the middle of the track. But it's Gaelics Fantasy now in front by 4 lengths. Quilting Party is second. It's Gaelic Fantasy, Quilting Party. On the inside comes Lusty Try, but it's Gaelics Fantasy in front. Gaelics Fantasy holds on, wins it by a narrowing length and a half, followed by Lusty Try and Quilting Party. And now into the winner's circle, number 5, Gaelics Fantasy. The 5-year-old grown daughter of Gaelic dancer and Princess Shelley. Owned by W.T. Pascoe III and W.N. Williamson. Trained by Chuck Jenda and Randy Stewart. Gaelics Fantasy ridden this afternoon by Rafael Meza. The time for the mile and the 16th on the Longden Turf Course, 1:48 and 2. The 8th race is official. The winner, number 5, Gaelics Fantasy. Number 1A, Lusty Try, was second. And number 7, Quilting Party, finished third. There are no changes in the 9th race. And now, in the winner's circle, to interview the winning jockey, we're happy to have Arthur Lobato. Take it away, Arthur.
Okay. I'm here in the winner's circle with Rafael Meza, the winner of the Hail Hilarious Invitational. Rafael, you're having a pretty good meet here with Jena. How many stakes is that for both of you that you've won here?
This is our fourth one.
Fourth one? You won 2 with Hallowed Envoy, this one, and...
So far this year, yeah. I win 3 with Hello Envoy and 2 with this horse.
How was the turf course? Did the rain affect it much? It looked like your horse handled it very well.
Yeah, it's still a little soft, but it's pretty good, with, all the wind, and it put it a little hard, it make it a little hard.
We're going into the race. Everybody was talking about how the speed was going to stop because the track was going to be soft. Your horse didn't stop.
Well, I set up pretty slow fractions, the first buy, they made me go, let me go pretty slow, so the filly, she finished pretty strong.
Did a real fine job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
The flag is up. There they go. From the outside, Christmas breaks on the lead. Up between horses goes Track Jester to be second. Between horses, it's Riverluck in third. On the outside, Roman Rocket. Roman Rocket now third. Riverluck in fourth. Down on the inside, Lady Harridan. Racing between horses, Quillette, as they race past the quarter. Christmas on the outside shows in front by a head. Along the rail, that's Track Jester in second, 3/4. Roman Rocket coming steadily to be a closer third by 5 lengths on the inside. Lady Harridan is fourth, followed on the outside by Quillette. They turn for home with 3/16 to come. It's Christmas in front. By a length and 1/2, Roman Rocket is second 1/2. On the inside, Track Jester under a drive is third. It's Christmas, Roman Rocket, Track Jester, and on the outside comes Lady Harridan. It's Christmas, Track Jester, and Roman Rocket. Christmas in front. Christmas wins it by a length. On the inside, Track Jester was second, 3/4, and Roman Rocket finished third. Marlene is better known as Molly, and here's to you, Molly, from all of us on the roof. In the winner's circle, number 6, Cresonia, a 4-year-old chestnut daughter of Piaster and Painted Butterfly, owned by George W. Couch III of the Terrican Trupping Company. Leonard Shoemaker and Frank Rodriguez are the trainers, and Paul Nicolo was in the saddle in 111 and 4. The 8th race is official. The official order of finish, number 6, Cresonia was first, number 4, Track Jester was second, and number 8, Roman Rocket finished third. The horses are on the track for the running of the 8th race, the second running of the Mark's Place Invitational Handicap, for a purse of $75,000 added for 3-year-olds and up at 1 1/16 mile on the infield turf course. Introducing number 1, Eagle Crest, owned by J.F. Flynn, trained by Eugene Stallings. Raul Caballero in the saddle. 2 is Bay Harbor, owned by Laurie Kahn, Kaiser Morcus, and Robert Rosberg. Bobby Martin and Les Silvera are the trainers, and Tommy Burks will do the riding. 3 is Don Alberto, owned by George Grinswich and the Elmo Lira. Doug Utley and Sergio Ledesma are the trainers. Roberto Gonzalez is in the saddle. 4 is Visible Pole, owned by W.R. Hahn, Charlie Comiskey, the trainer, and Bill Delia in the saddle. 5 is Ensign Ernham, owned by Jawel Brothers. Bobby Martin, Les Silvera, the trainers, and Russell Bays will do the riding. 6 is Chiserick, owned by Jack or Maggie Look. Jack Look is the trainer. Paul Nicolo in the saddle. 7 is Headhawk, owned by Louis Peretti and Jack Pollock. W.A. and Chuck Finley are the trainers. Danny Sorensen in the saddle. 8 is Josher, owned by Stanley Bell and Barry McDonald. Eric Longden and Valerie Notary are the trainers. Chris Loseth will do the riding. 10 is Borrego Sun, owned by Shell Cavelli. E.L. Campbell, the trainer. Danny Winnick in the saddle. 11 is Four Wheeler, owned by A.H. Enterprise. Walter Greenman, the trainer. Lester Piggott will do the riding. 12 is Tudor Grove, owned by R.H. Stursky. Doris Merrill and Larry Stewart are the trainers. Wesley Howell will do the riding. 12A is Snappy Bargain, owned by Carlos Feliz, Joseph Galata, and John Mersch. Roger Dominguez, the trainer, and J.R. Anderson is in the saddle. 12B is Pedley, owned by Dale and trained by Dale Milnes. Craig McGurn will do the riding. They'll be at the gate in 8. There they go. From along the inside, Bay Harbor tries for the lead. That is Snappy Bargain in second. Up on the outside goes Pedley to be third. The outside is Josher to be third. Up along the rail is Don Alberto after the lead. Also in between horses, Tudor Grove. They go into the clubhouse turn. On the inside, Bay Harbor shows in front 3/4. That is Don Alberto in second by head. On the outside, it's Tudor Grove third by length and 1/2. Snappy Bargain fourth by a half. Joshua along the rail is fifth, the length and 1/2. That's Chiserick racing 6 by 4. On the inside, inside Pedley, and on the outside is Headhawk racing down the back stretch. Out on the lead is Bay Harbor by 3/4 along the rail. Don Alberto is second by head. Moving on the outside, there goes Chiserick, moving rapidly on the outside to go after the leaders. Racing between horses is Snappy Bargain. Followed on the inside. Coming on is Joshua. They round the turn, and Chiserick has the lead. By a length of 1/2. Bay Harbor is second and a half. Snappy Bargain is third. Don Alberto is fourth. Coming between horses is Joshua, and here comes Head Hawk on the outside. They turn into the stretch with Chiserick in front by 2.5, and Head Hawk's got a full head of steam on the outside. It's Chiserick and Head Hawk driving. Here comes Head Hawk. Borrego's son makes a belated bid. It's Chiserick, Joshua between horses. Joshua's after Chiserick, Joshua. Coming on between horses is Visible Pole, Chiserick, Visible Pole, and Chiserick. Visible Pole wins it by a nose, I believe. Between horses, Joshua was second in nose, and Chiserick finished third. In the winner's circle, ladies and gentlemen, to make the presentation in this, the Place Invitational Handicap, we're happy to have with us Reg and Betty Grady from Hillsborough. In the winner's circle is number 8, Joshua, a 7-year-old brown son of Speak John and Little Evil, owned by Stanley Bell and Barry McDonald. Eric Longden and Valerie Notary are the trainers, and Chris Loseth was in the saddle in 147-3. Your attention, please. The inquiry sign is on the totalizator board. We have a claim of foul by jockey William Delia on number 4, Visible Pole, which finished second, and on by Danny Sorensen on number 7, who finished 5th, both claiming foul against the winner. The winner, number 4, Visible Pole, second. Number 6, Chrysaric, finished third. In the 9th race, number 2, Victorious Runner, is Plain Shot. Go ahead, Art.
All right, I'm here in the winner's circle with Chris Loseth, who rode Joshua to victory here. Chris, this is only the second time you've ever ridden this horse. What kind of horse is he to ride?
He seems like a really super animal to ride. He tries an really lot, and I think he'd run on any type of surface, so that makes him a really useful type horse.
How about your trip? It looked like down the backside you got into a bit of traffic, but down the lane there, when you asked this horse, he come through a hole that most jocks wouldn't have even tried to go through, but you busted on through there and you came out victorious.
Yeah, I had nowhere to run with him down the backside, and speed was stopping in front of me, so I had to just kind of check him a little bit and wait for a little bit of room so I could get running with him. And as soon as I got the room, he just dug in, grabbed the hold of the bit, and started running. He ran really game from then on in.
Chris, you rode a wonderful race. Want to congratulate you and hope you much success in the future.
Thank you very much.
There they go. From between horses, Thank You Walkers is breaking on the lead right alongside his Productivity in second. The length fought back, Kane County is third. Then comes Right Thrill, racing fourth on the outside. Kobuk Country is fifth by 2.5 lengths. On the outside, Surport Ruler and Casi Negro. They race into the turn. Out on the lead now is Productivity. By a length and a half, Thank You Walkers second. By a length along the rail, Kane County is third, 3/4. Right Thrill fourth by 2.5 lengths. Racing on the outside, Surport Ruler is fifth by a half. Kobuk Country is next, and the last horse is Casi Negro. They're in the stretch, the field well bunched. On the lead is Productivity by 3/4. Right Thrill is right there alongside. Down on the rail, Kane County. It's Right Thrill on the outside. Productivity. Right Thrill, Productivity in the middle of the racetrack comes Surport Ruler. It's Right Thrill in front. Right Thrill wins at 3/4 of a length. Productivity was second ahead, and Kane County finished third. In the winner's circle is number 2, Right Thrill, a 4-year-old bay son of Right Cross and Thrill Time, owned by John Rena, Francis Rutter, and Harold Mead. Charlie Comiskey is the trainer, and Paul Nicolo was in the saddle in 1, 10, and 2. The 8th race is official. The official order of finish, number 2, Right Thrill was first.